Hey y'all, this is Ace, playing the War Thunder. Saw a tank in a game yesterday I really want. It's a Comet. It'd be really good against airplanes. I'm not so sure against ground targets though. Be kind of hard to get hull down. Alright, well here's the point of my video. People have asked me about ranging buttons and binoculars and things. Here I'm using my range finder to check the range across the lake here. It's about 700 yards. So then I'm going to use my sight distance controls to move my crosshairs down to 700 before I get up there and start looking for targets. That way when I find one I won't have to do much guesswork. And there's one right there. He's a little bit closer than the spot I ranged, so I'm going to guess about 650. So I'll just shoot a little low instead of changing my crosshairs. Goodbye. And that's that. KV2 murder. And here I am in Poland. From past experience, I know it's about 400 to 450 yards to the other side of town, so I'm going to go ahead and set my crosshairs before I pull out on this road, and I'll just kind of wait. I think it's really fun to sit back here and then kill people way down past all these other tanks. Like, what, were you just not going to shoot this guy? Hey look, a KV2. Goodbye KV2. You're welcome guys. Save your bacon. So once you get ranges down, keep those in your head for next time you're in that map. Especially with a slow reloading tank like a KV2, you want to get each shot on target. Hey, another KV2. Guess what? He didn't know what the range was and he shot over me. He could have had me. He had the first shot, but he missed. I didn't. That's why ranging is so handy. And in this map it's about the same. About 400 to 450 yards from this sniping position to the one across the way there. So I'm going to go ahead and set my shit up. Bye. And sure, you can always eyeball it, you know, you can count the marks down, etc. You don't need to move your crosshairs, but if you know the distance, why not? It's just much easier to wing it that way. And on certain maps, you can use your crosshairs where you have it set as a benchmark. So, you know, anybody pops out closer, you can just kind of wing it. You know, I'm just going to aim high. I'm going to put my line above them a little bit. Or if they're a little bit farther, you're just like, okay, I'm just going to aim at their tracks. Or I'm going to aim a little bit below them. You don't have to keep resetting your crosshair. But if you know where your average target distance is going to be, why not go ahead and move it there? Especially with something with such a bad trajectory as the KV2. And that was not Godzilla, that was my text message. And here you're going to see me, I'll use the range just here in a minute. Once I find a target. If there's somebody in this field down here, I'd probably just shoot. But there's somebody way down here on the other end of the map. I just saw a shot. So I'm going to go ahead and range it and get an average distance to what's down there. And then I can decide what to do. 900. I'm just going to eyeball that because I'm not planning on taking a lot of shots. Each mark is 200 yards. Bam. That's how you do that with a KV2. And another thing about using your binoculars is you can move your barrel while you're in your binocular view by holding down your trigger when you're moving your binoculars around. You just want to be very careful that when you switch back to your other view, you don't accidentally shoot something you don't want to shoot, like a teammate. Alright, for my next little trick, I'm going to show you something that Glitch Jedi told me about. And then you can shoot while you're in binocular view. But what you have to do is click over to your binoculars, move them up and down around to wherever you want the shot to be. I'm not doing it right there. You'll see it here in a minute. And then you pull the trigger and you click over to your scope. As soon as your view clicks over to scope, you shoot. And so while you're not shooting technically in your binocular view, you're shooting at the very last spot that your binoculars were looking at before you clicked over to your scope. So it's a handy little tool. You kind of have to eyeball it when you're shooting in your binoculars because there's no marks on the lower side, but you can just mess around with it. You can get pretty handy with it eventually. I'm not there yet, but I'm not doing it in this shot. This is just binocular usage, and I just happen to know this is about 800 yards. So I'm close into this levee down there. Down towards the right, it's closer to 1,000. So I went ahead and set my crosshairs about 800. Missed that guy a little bit low. Instead of resetting, I'm just going to aim a little higher next time. You just got the dicker.